All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at simple circuit analysis. So one or two light bulbs or resistors um, hooked up to a single battery. And so we're going to take what we learned from our labs, which is Ohm's law, V equals IR, and the two Kirchhoff rules. So the loop rule, where the voltage that you put into that loop equals the voltage that's used up by light bulbs or resistors, and the junction rule, where the current into any spot equals the current going out of any spot. So we're going to start with a simple circuit. And so what I've drawn here is the picture of the battery, and now I'm using a resistor instead of a light bulb. So this is what it looked like in our program. And so I converted it to what's called a schematic, and we're going to use that for most of our drawings going forward, including drawings that are in your problem set. So this symbol right here, a long line and a short line next to each other, is a battery, and that short side is the negative side. The squiggly line represents a resistive element, in this case, a resistor. So this is the only kind of circuit we're going to look at is with these components. Now, modern day circuits are much more complex than this and involve things called capacitors and transistors and solenoids and so forth. So we're only going to look at resistors. Keep this fairly simple. So let's look at this. I hooked up a circuit like we've done before. It's reading 12 volts when I'm measuring it around the resistor. And this is a series circuit. The current is the same everywhere. And it says 0.24. So I can figure out, okay, what's the resistance of this resistor? And so by using V equals IR, I can calculate that from this simple circuit. And so I want to know the resistance. So if I divide both sides by the current, I get the resistance equals voltage divided by the current. And in this case, it's 12 volts divided by 0.24 amps. And so that gives me 50 ohms. So that resistor in this particular case is 50 ohms. So ohms is that measure of resistance. And that's what that upside down horseshoe is, which is actually called the Greek letter omega. Other thing that we haven't talked about yet is uh, the power. So, how much power is being used up? So, power is the amount of energy per second. So, every 1 second, how many joules of energy is this using? So, the equation that I've given you before is power equals the current times the voltage. And so, in this particular case, I already have the current and the voltage, and I'm simply going to multiply those together, and I get 3 watts. And so, basically, what's happening is this resistor is warming up a little bit and it's using up 3 watts of energy to convert it into thermal energy. If that was a light bulb, it'd be converted to light energy. So now we're going to put two resistors together. We're going to start with a series circuit. So series meaning that there's only one loop of wires and those resistors are connected back to back. So in this particular case, I have a 12-volt battery hooked up to a 20 ohm resistor and a 40 ohm resistor. So what information is missing in this particular case? Well, okay, what's the current? All right. And so this is a series circuit. There are no branching wires that go anywhere else. So if we use the junction rule, the current in equals the current out, and there is no other place for electrons to go. So the current is the same everywhere in a series circuit. And so the other rule is the loop rule. And so the voltage of the resistors have to add up to the voltage of the battery. So whatever the voltage of each resistor is, it has to add up to that battery, which is 12 volts in this particular case. So we're going to use V equals IR to try to figure some stuff out. So like we already said, the current's the same everywhere. The resistance of one resistor is double that of the others. So if you think about V equals IR, I is the same everywhere. So if R is doubled, that means the voltage for the 40 ohm resistor must be doubled. Now, another way we can look at this is using the loop rule. Remember, the loop rule means the voltage that you put in, which is 12 volts, equals the voltage used up by the other two things. And I don't know what those numbers are yet. but I know how to calculate those numbers. V equals IR. So what I do is I look at the 20 ohm resistor. It has some current. I don't know what it is, so I'll call it I. So 20 times I is the voltage of that one resistor, and it's hooked up to another one in the same loop. And so the voltage of that resistor is 40 times I. It's based on the loop rule. Voltage of the battery equals the voltage of resistor 1 plus the voltage of resistor 2. And now I can simplify. I only have one variable. So 12 volts equals 60 ohms times the current. And if I solve for I get 2/10 of an amp. So the current through this circuit everywhere, because there's nowhere else for it to go, is 1/5 of an amp, 0.2 amps. All right. So what about the voltage? Right. So I said the voltage of the 20 ohm and the 40 ohm resistor needs to add up to 12, and that it's going to be proportional. So how can I figure that out now with the information that I have? Well, I know the current. The current was zero point 0.2 amps. And so if I look at the 20 ohm resistor, I can take zero point 0.2 amps times 20 ohms, and that tells me it's 4 volts. If I do the exact same thing for the 40 ohm resistor, I get 8 volts. And look at that. 4 volts plus 8 volts equals 12 volts, which is what I said I needed. And also look at the fact that since the current's the same, and 40 ohms is double 20 ohms. Notice 8 volts is double 4 volts. This is actually a way to double check that this worked. So I can actually solve this without ever knowing the current because I know the resistance is double in one case compared to the other. So the voltage has to be double one case and the other, and the voltage has to add up to 12, which it does. All right. So there's a concept known as equivalent resistance, and I've drawn it here. Whereas I have my original circuit, which is the 20 and 40 ohm, and we had a current of zero point 0.2 amps. Well, if I replace those two and bring it down to one resistor that replaces those two resistors, it would be like I put in just a 60 ohm resistor, because 12 volts divided by 60 ohms gives me zero point 0.2 amps. That's the math we saw before. And so this can actually help us solve different types of circuit problems that will be coming up when I talk about more complex things. So the electrons have to travel through both the 20 ohm and the 40 ohm resistor. So that's a lot more work for it. So the battery sees more resistance coming from the circuit because the electron has more of the resistor to travel through. And so that slows down the current even more. All right, parallel circuit. So a parallel circuit is where my resistors are now side by side. And so what's constant in a parallel circuit? Well, the voltage is the same across each branch. And so in this particular case, we know the voltage of each resistor. So we can calculate the current of each resistor based upon that information using V equals IR again. So we know V, we know R, solve for I, which would be voltage divided by the resistance. So if I look at the 20 ohm resistor, I'm taking 20 volts divided by 20 ohms, and that gives me 1 amp. So I have 1 amp of current going through the 20 ohm resistor. Well, how about the resistor that's double the amount of resistance? Well, that's going to give me 20 volts because it's parallel to the battery, same voltage as the battery, divided by 40 ohms. So it gives me half the current, and it's half an amp in this particular case. So I've got 1 amp of current going through the 20 ohm. I've got half an amp going through the 40 ohm. So the next question is, well, what's going through the battery? Well, we're going to use the junction rule. So now we do have branches, and the current can go in different ways. So the current coming out of the battery has to equal the current going into the 20 ohm plus the current going into the 40 ohm resistor. So when we add those together, I get 1.5 amps for the battery. So the idea of equivalent resistance is very different in this case, because now what's going on is electrons can either go through the 20 ohm resistor or the 40 ohm resistor. And actually, twice as many electrons go through the 20 ohm resistor because it has it. You probably have heard path of least resistance. Well, it's easier to go through this one. And as more electrons go through this one, well, some are like, well, there's less electrons going this way. I'll go the harder way. And so we get a 2-to-1 ratio because we have a 2-to-1 ratio of the resistances. And so using the juncture rule, this is just a quick derivation to show you where this equivalent resistance idea comes from because it's a little more complex. So the current from the battery equals the current going to each resistor. So I can replace I equals V over R. So why am I going to do that? Well, the voltage is the same everywhere. So I get the voltage divided by the resistance that the battery sees equals the voltage divided by the resistance of one resistor plus the voltage divided by the resistance of the other resistor. But voltage is the same, right? It's parallel. They're all 20, so they cancel out. And so that gives us an equation that works to figure out the equivalent resistance. And so, yeah, it looks weird. It's not adding things up like in a series circuit. You have to add up the reciprocals. This is the math that proves it. Now, you only need to know that you're adding the reciprocals in a parallel sense. And so, for this specific example, we're going to take 1 divided by 20 plus 1 divided by, that should say ohms, 40 ohms. And so, if you do fractions, you'll end up with 3/40ths. But that's 1 divided by R. So I have to take the reciprocal to get what the equivalent resistance is, which is 40 divided by 3. And you stick that in your calculator, you get 13.3 ohms. So notice that number is lower than either of the two numbers because electrons have more ways they can go. And so the resistance that the battery sees is always going to be less because there's lower resistance. There's more paths for it to take. And so the current goes up. And this is always the case in a parallel circuit. Whereas in a series circuit, whenever you add something in series, the resistance always goes up and the current always goes down because it has to go through all of that resistance. Whereas here, electrons have two ways to go. And so they take advantage of that. Now, another thing that you can do is you could calculate the equivalent resistance and then calculate, okay, what's the current from the battery without ever calculating the current from either of the other two. You don't have to do it this way, but it's another way that you can double check your work. So the number's wrong. So 20 volts divided by 13.3 ohms gives you 1.5 amps. And so that's another way. So that should say 20 volts, not 12. So based upon these simple circuits, you should now be able to analyze different types of series and parallel circuits. We're going to have one more video, though, that combines the two into more complex circuits and how do we handle those situations. But first, practice these and let me know if you have any questions.